Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching Coffee Time with Erika, my weekly beaded broadcast. Today I would like to share with you my best practices to hang a beaded pendant, to create a beaded pendant from a simple motif. Also, in the second half of today's meeting, I have some surprises and gifts for you as Beading School, thanks to all of you, has just recently reached a milestone, a very big one, and that definitely deserves some celebration. Also deserves a Beading School t-shirt to wear during the broadcast. In the meanwhile, I see Kata. Kata is back from Istanbul Adventures. Wanda is here. Elena is here. Nicolene, Katie, Marianske, Angelika, Debbie, Tanya is here. Facebook user friend, someone from the Netherlands or Belgium. Sharon is here, Christine, Ginny, Ludka. Ludka, I hope that you are feeling a lot better. Nancy, Katja, Liv, Vania, and some more Facebook user friends. So you can watch today's video live from the Beading School Facebook page and also from the Beading School Facebook club. Thank you so much in the meanwhile, Tanya, confirming that you can hear me and see me. That's super helpful. And in case that you haven't heard me greeting you, then it means that I don't see your name. And if you would like to, you can give my broadcasting program a permission to see your name and face. You can do that easily by clicking the link that is in the description about the video if you are watching it from the club. If you are watching it from the page, then I can see you automatically since the page is public. And in case that you are watching this from YouTube, then please note that this is a recording. We always upload the videos there. Also, we are monitoring the YouTube videos every day. So even if you have a question after the video, under the recording, then we will get back to you soon. We also have Kara here, Irina, Marianne, Jennifer, Miriam is here. Ludka says that she feels a lot better. I am very happy to hear that. Claire is here. Cat feeding. We are interfering with Claire's cat feeding time. I'm so sorry about that. Pet the kitties for me, please, Claire. And hi, Sarah, and hi, Sandra, and hi, Corinne, and hi, Gemma, reading friends from all over the world. So, today's main topic, or like I would say that both topics are equally important. The celebration is just as important as learning about something new. However, the first topic I would like to start with is sharing my best practices, tips, and tricks that I use to create beaded pendants. I always like to say that the beaded motifs have endless possibilities and you can do whatever you want, but sometimes we need more than just the whatever. So let's look into some very, very precise ways. What am I exactly doing? How I am turning the beaded motifs into pendants. I also drew some little instructions for you that I will show together with the examples in the video, but don't worry, they will also come. They are actually already published. I was a good girl today, sticking to my routine. Blog post is finished, so you can always go back to the blog post and find the tips and tricks. You don't have to make notes now, together with the with the little instructions. I see that Vania has a question, and I would like to greet also Aniko and Sherry. Those of you who have some other questions that are not specifically about the topic, then I would like to ask a little patience of you. Let's go through the themes first that I have prepared for you, and then at the end, I am very happy to answer all your questions that you might have. If you will still be able to focus about all the exciting things that we have prepared for you. Just to give you a sneak peek, a very, very, very short sneak peek, I will share with you a picture from the treasury. So this is Timmy. You know already Timmy. She is the one taking pictures from the bead shop and preparing the new goodies to be uploaded. And she was preparing some surprises and gifts during the past days. But let me get back to that later. And Vania, please don't forget your question. I will answer it at the end. So, and hi Susan, and hi Malka. So today we are going to talk about, first of all, about beaded pendants. And there are many, many ways to turn your beaded motifs into a pendant. When I started to dig deeper into this theme to summarize my best practices and my favorite advices for you, then I found out that one short broadcast just won't do. So already, if you look back, if you want to go back to the theory a little bit, then make sure to find last week's Coffee Time with Erika. And there I was talking about the basics, about the theoretical part. That is also coming as a blog post a little bit later, but I need a little more time for that. And today, let's talk about some specific stuff. And I'm going to share 10 plus 1 ideas, 10, and so altogether 11 ways what I am doing when I am turning my beaded motifs into pendants. During the first part, I will focus mainly on tips where I am using something extra, a little metal component, but different kinds, not just a veil. You will see there are so many opportunities. And then in the second half, I will also show you ways to turn your motifs into pendants by using only beads. So let's see what you can do. And the first idea that might pop into your head is, of course, to use a ready-made pendant holder. There are metal findings which are made and designed exactly to serve this purpose, so they are super easy to use. I am showing you one here with Veronika's starfish pendant. In the past, oh my god, I still remember when about like 10 years ago, I absolutely hated using these kinds of veils because they just looked so plain and were not of a very good quality. But during those 10 years, there was a huge evolution going on regarding beading findings that we can use in our beaded jewelry. So since then, I am like feeling a lot friendlier towards ready-made pendants too. The one that you see on the picture, it actually is golden plated, and it even features 3 cubic zirconia cabochons set into the pendant holder. Since the pendant holder has a little loop at the bottom, then you can easily just fix it to your beaded motif by adding a bunch of size 15 milky round seed beads. However, here on this, with this pendant, I actually created a little connection between the pendant holder and between the beaded motif itself, and I drew the instructions for this, so you can go back to it in the blog post that I have mentioned at the beginning. Basically, you need to find a bead on the outer edge of your motif, attach a new bead to it with 2 square stitches, and then you can create this little embellishment to connect your pendant holder. This was actually, you might remember, this was also the starting point of a live design motif that we beaded together during one of the coffee time with Erika's. So this is the same that we made there. Instructions stay on the blog for this, so you can go back to it anytime. In the meanwhile, hi Antoinette and Sangeeta and Elena and Reinhilda and Joanna and Verle. And Marianska has a very important question. Is this bale available in the shop? Yes, it is, dear Marianska. If you go actually to the blog post, then I have inserted already the link for it to make it sure that you can find it easier. But also if you find the metal components and go for the pendant holders, then it is there. There is also one which is plated with turquoise patina that is also super nice to use. So this was the first option. And so this is easy. This is straightforward. This little component is meant to be a bale. We use it as a bale. But come on, we are creative, imaginative people. We can use a lot more different things to create to turn our beaded motifs into pendants. So here with the Semper Augustus pendant that we beaded during the Tulip Mania team of the Beading School Academy, I actually connected the beaded motif with a filigree to my ribbon. And one of our new beading friends, Robina, was asking me during the past weeks that how can you leave your pendants to be like adjustable, to make sure that if you wear a different dress, a different top, then you can pull it higher or you can leave it to hang lower. So using ribbons is one of my favorite ways of doing this. To the whole adjustable length theme, I need to return a bit later because that is such an extensive topic that it is simply not possible to collect all the ideas so fast, but already today, at least, I would like to share some insight into it. And Rabina, please know that I am thinking about you. So here, I used one of the historic filigrees. These are super nice, super high quality. They are, find the article about them, please. I always say that they are actually the answer to many of our beady problems, but also they are just beautiful, and they are made from historic designs, some of them about 100 years old. So for creating this kind of a bale, I found one which has a bigger hole at the bottom and at the top. And since these filigrees are super high quality, then you can be sure that when there is supposed to be a hole, an opening in the filigree, there will be a hole and an opening, not like with the cheaper stuff. So these are perfect for this. So here, again, I found a seed bead on the edge of my pendant, and then I created a loop of size 15 seed beads through the bottom of the filigree. And on the opposite side, exactly opposite of my pendant, I pulled through simply my ribbon, and I'm tying it around my neck. thanks to that ribbon. To make sure that I don't lose my pretty pendant, I like to make a bow, and then with the bunny ears of the bow, I tie an extra knot. So then it's secure and I don't have to be afraid that I would lose it, even if I'm wearing my prettiest pendant. It is secure, and so far I have very, very good experience with tying my ribbons this way, even if they are smooth like the silk ribbons that we have. And for the historic filigrees, we uploaded also some of the historic filigree boxes, so they are available again. So if you would like to experiment with the filigrees, then this is a good opportunity. On the Beading School YouTube channel, you will actually find a little video between the how-to videos where I filmed how did I attach the filigree. So the link you can also find in the blog post. I wanted to make it super comfy for you. And the video, it's also about how to mend a broken bead, because I managed to break a bead before I would attach the filigree. So it's all together, mending the bead and adding the filigree. And Elena indeed says the filigrees are great for everything. Oh, Elena is my pal in this, my absolute friend in this, that using filigrees, it's just great. So, oh, Nancy's also already doing this, already using filigrees for the veil. She says it brings the jewels to another level. Indeed, like, I feel that it brings that vintage, high quality touch to them. So, yeah, they are great. So this is another way how you can turn your beaded motif into a pendant. And as you can see, you can even glue on a rhinestone on top of the filigree. So you can totally personalize it. Then another way of fixing your motif into a pendant is, here I am actually using the combination of a crystal connector and a ready-made veil. So you know this pendant, I'm pretty sure. We beaded it together during a No One Has to Bead Alone lesson. It is the Swanee from the Art Deco team. We beaded the Art Deco motifs at the beginning of this year. So you see, it's more than half a year that I did not finish completely my pendant. And while collecting my ideas for you, I wanted to show you a way how you can finish off your pendant by using a crystal connector. And then it all clicked, and I'm finally finishing Swanee. And I have a feeling that by adding this shape, we call it ballerina tutu in the treasury. Also, there was a discussion between us when we first got them if we should name these crystal connectors ballerina tutu or we should name them jellyfish. I was team jellyfish, by the way, and I did not be. And as you can see, I'm super disappointed. Just joking. But by using these crystal connectors, you can bring a little extra color to your jewels. So even when you feel that, okay, my motif is finished, but something is missing, the motif is 99%, but I want to make it 100%, then you can turn to a crystal connector. There are so many shapes, so many sizes, so many colors that I'm 100% sure that you will find something that fits your creation. In the meanwhile, Gemma says that she has never used a filigree. So Gemma, if you will have a question, then we are all here for you to help in the Beading School Club. Make sure to ask them. Tanya says that she still has to start her Swanee. So I'm further than Tanya. Katie also has some pendants and bracelets lying around that needs those finishing touches. And Martha, hi and welcome, and hi Patty too. So this was another way. And then my fourth idea, I don't have a picture because, recently I reorganized my little studio, and in most of my things that brought finally order again to my beads and components. However, I managed to misplace those components, so I will just explain the next idea. I will hide this one so I don't confuse you. So my fourth tip to turn your beaded motif into a pendant is to use a hollow shape. There were 2 golden circles included in the Flowers in the Hair Beading School Academy theme box. And you can add those circles, or if you have hollow components of other shapes, you can attach those to your beaded motifs. And then again, you can pull a ribbon or you can pull a chain through that hollow shape. So that can also be a connection. And hi Terry. So that was another idea. You remember that little component? Even without my picture, I'm so sorry that I can't show you that one. Gemma, I see your question. I would like to walk through, thank you so much, first through my main topics, and then at the end, I am super happy to answer all your other not team-related questions, okay? Thank you for your patience. Lutka knows what I'm talking about. Wonderful. So, and now I would like to share with you some of my ideas where I am beading bales, or I am fixing the component, I am fixing the motifs into pendants by using beads instead of something else, something metal. And this pendant here is the Khachaturian pendant. It was one of our first No One Has to Be Alone teams. Do you remember it, ladies? Many of you beaded it. I even remember some of your jewels. So here, since the pendant itself is so like textured and colorful and rich, but also because I had very little free time back then. Basically, every waking moment of mine was spent beading drawing materials or drawing illustrations and writing instructions, because I was just getting the hang of like designing every week, and it took me a lot more time than these days. Also, I did not have so many helpers yet, so I really wanted to make something simple and easy. And here I beaded the veil from 𝐌𝐻𝐃𝐃𝐈𝍍𝐿𝐼 beads, and I beaded it with herringbone. So I can't give you a general answer about attaching the first pair of beads to your pendant, because with every pendant it will be a little different. Especially the Khachaturian was a special case because like 2 strands coming together, so I could attach the first pair of beads there, but then I drew you little instructions so you can follow it. You just add pairs of beads, one pair after another. It's super fast, super easy, and this is a very good choice if you want to keep the veil simple. In the meanwhile, Cynthia joined us, and Timmy joined us. Timmy from the beautiful picture with her red hair at the beginning. Nicolene says she beaded Khachaturian. Lutka too. Joanna remembers it. Vania says it's one of her favorites. Terry also. And Joanna. So, herring one veil, fast and easy. You need to finish your beaded motif. Fast, do this. Then, if you have a little more time, then I will show you one of Susie's beautiful pendants, the River Daisy. And here you can see a basic variation of a peyote bail. By basic variation, I mean that the bail is decreased into a triangular shape and it is not decorated. However, you can bead it in many, many different variations. You can actually create not just simple triangles, but I hope you can see it on the Caravaggio pendant that I just put next to Susie's beautiful River Daisy, that the peyote bail is decreased not straightforward, but there are little like steps in it. So you can adjust the shape of the peyote bail. I recommend starting peyote bails with a separate thread in the widest part and then decreasing to one side, other side, and attaching it to your pendant. You can make it as thin or as wide as you like it. You can adjust it, of course, also to the thickness of your cord or chain that you are using. And what's even better, that you can actually insert bicone beads to the peyote bail, or you can, I'm sorry, I'm searching for my picture. There is one picture that I am missing. Okay, you will see it later, but you can decorate the peyote bail either with a bicone inserted directly into the peyote bail, or after you are finished with the peyote bail, then you can sew on a 6mm Preciosa sew-on rhinestone. So actually the sew-on rhinestone versions are my favorite ones recently. And in the meanwhile, Ula is sneaking in from work. Uh-oh. Love your dedication, Ula. And Jessica is here, and Cynthia. And Joanna says, thank you for explaining this. I love the peyote bails, but I struggle with them. Dear Joanna, please try following this. And if you have a question, then post it in the club, okay? So this was a basic peyote bail. However, peyote can be used in more ways in turning your motifs into pendants than just this one that I showed you. So here, this is the gemstone rose set, and you can see that the pendant is running, well, the cord is running on the back of the pendant, so the bail, the actual bail, the connection is hidden. So if you go to the bead shop, to the beading school bead shop, then between the gift tutorials, you will find one called how to add a peyote bail to any of your peyote bezels. So that will show you how you can do this. And if you hide the bail this way behind the pendant, then you can keep the perfect circular or other shape of your pendant, so it will not be interrupted by something extra on the top. I'm pretty fond of this. You can also see the other color combination that I think this looks the best in this way. And in the meanwhile, Jessica is asking, will a beaded bail not break if I'm using a chain? So far, I did not have that problem, but also I have different chains. I'm using thinner ones, thicker ones, but they were okay. I would maybe not use like super big eyes of the chain. Sorry, my English is not enough for this, but otherwise it is about you being careful a bit, that if you don't pull your pendant against the metal chain, then it will be all right. Especially if you have it closer to your neck, then I don't think that it will happen. Katya, hi Katya, she says I never had a problem with it. Jessica is asking, glove the pendant, what is its name? It's called the Gemstone Rose. And I recommend first downloading the bracelet tutorial and then going for the bracelet is a gift, and then going for the extended version, because there is a gift code in the bracelet tutorial, so you can decrease the price of the pendant. Gemma also didn't have a problem with this. Okay, Angelica says that she will try including the bicons and the rhinestones into her bails next time. Gunhelen, hi Gunhelen! She is also good with the chains. Ladies, thank you so much for sharing your experience. Also, in the video, in the club, under the blog post, make sure to share your experience and best practices. Together, I believe we can put together an enormous amount of beading knowledge that will be super helpful on our journeys. So, and after the hidden peyote bail, I would like to show you another hidden peyote bail that I made for a bead embroidered piece. This pendant is called Sashiko, and you can see the peyote bail at the top peeking out a little bit, but you can actually adjust it to pull it more towards the center of the pendant or leave it out a little bit. And what happened here, since like bead embroidery, how do I put something on the back since it has just the simple smooth backing? So you have the leather or fake leather or ultra thread or whatever material you have for your backing to cover the stitches. You can completely finish off your motif, and then I actually glued on a metal component, this vine leaf that is originally a clasp, available in the Beading School Bead Shop, link in the article, ladies. And what I did here, that with my cutting pliers, I removed the loop of the clasp that was on the back of the clasp, so it wouldn't lay smooth on the backing. Afterwards, I sanded it with, I smoothed with sandpaper. And to make it stick better to the backing, I scratched the leather a little bit with my needle, and I glued on the metal component. There are many metal components actually that you can use in different ways, not just as the manufacturer intended them to be used. You can go super creative. And I either advise using E6000 glue, or actually sometimes when I run out and I need a fast and cheaper solution, then I go to the handyman's store around the corner. I ask for a glue that is good for metal, good for leather. Of course, I test it with something before I would rely on it with my most beautiful creation, but there are other opportunities too. And once you have the metal component in place, make sure to wait with it until the glue cures. Then through the loop, I added again a peyote bale. So then you can use it for your cord or chain or ribbon, whatever you like. So this was about peyote. And like most often when you ask a beader that what kind, a more experienced beader, that what kind of stitch would she recommend for the beginning for a beader, for a new beader, she will, I think in most cases, say peyote. But if you keep asking, okay, but what should be the second, what should be the third, then right angle weave, or as many times you see it in abbreviation, RAW, row, will be between the first choices advised by that beader. It can be a little tricky to understand at first, but if you master right angle weave, then it will open up new horizons. And Zelda, the earring that you see on the picture, again, we created it during the 𝐅𝐎𝐻𝐃𝐃𝐈��� Beading School Academy team, and there is this hanging part at the bottom from fire polished beads with the beautiful emerald preciosa suvan rhinestone decorating it. So this is at the bottom of the earring, but it is like a kind of a closed V shape. So if you turn it around and bead it for the top of your pendant, then it can be a veil too. And I love that we can make it so sparkly with the rhinestones. You can actually adjust the width and the length of this by using smaller or bigger beads, or by adding more units if you have a super thick cord. So this is up to you, but this is another option to hang your motif. Sarah indeed says, love both peyote and right angle weave, cubic right angle weave, and prismatic right angle weave. And yeah, Marika says, fun, the handyman story, so Dutch. I think I was like a bit translating it in my mind. And yeah, I have it around the corner here on Kinkerstraat. So indeed, I was thinking of a very specific Dutch place when mentioning the handyman store and the glue. But let's go further. So the first bales that I showed you, they were made of basic bead shapes. The peyote is from Ďelica. If you want, you can bead it with round seed beads. The second one, it was from the right angle weave one, it was from fire polished beads with some additions. But sometimes we want something more special. And that is also possible. We can totally match the bale with our pendant. So this, the Star Anise, this was my contribution a few years ago to International Beading Week, organized by the Beadworkers Guild. Many of our beaders, you were here in Amsterdam, and we beaded this in real life together. And as you can see, for the bale, I used the quarter tilas, the fire polished beads, and the seed beads that are also included in the motif. Just a fun fact, a year later, we turned the bale into a component of a bracelet, so we can play so much with our beads. This is also available, the Star Anise pendant is also available together with the bracelet between the gift tutorials. And okay, I designed it for the Star Anise pendant, this bale, but whenever you are beading something where you have quarter tilas, where you have fire polished beads, then you can use the star anise bale. Why not? You can pull everything together to the same look by using the same colors. So that's the very, very, very simple solution. Later, I kept playing with some fancy veils, of course. So this is the sparkly snowflake, and it is made of milky slender bugle beads and fire polished beads and some seed beads, also mimicking part of the pendant. And again, now, different case. You have a motif where you have slender bugles and fire polished beads. If you have this tutorial, you can use the veil from it with another motif too, of course. And then I have here one which was actually my favorite out of the beaded veils that I have designed so far. This is called the Shooting Star, and we have beaders here who beaded it, and I'm not joking, a dozen times, and even used the veil to create also matching earrings. So again, lots of possibilities. And this is a great solution if you have in your design, again, fire polished beads or milky half tilla beads. So yeah, this is another solution. And this was my 10th idea for hanging your beaded motifs as pendants. But I also have here the +1 idea. So this is called the crystal heart. And in fact, sometimes I feel that finishing a jewel is also kind of like limiting, because then I have to decide if I want it to become an earring or brooch or pendant. And here I actually used a little clever component that makes it possible to finish the jewel, have the satisfaction of finishing it, but also keeping the possibilities open. So thanks to this, you can hang the beaded motif as a pendant, but also attach it as a brooch. I actually have it here, one of the color combinations, so I can decide every time when I want to wear it, if I want it on my neck or if I want it on my jacket. The component, it comes both in gold and in silver, so you can match it to your creation. And so far I used it only for bead embroidered pieces, but actually recently I finished a new color combination while testing the dreaming tutorial. I finished a new color combination, and I don't have the heart to finish it as a pendant, because I think it's so perfect as a brooch, would be so perfect as a brooch, that I'm thinking of the way how to attach it even to a bead woven motif, not only to a bead embroidered one. And a few days ago, I took a picture for you. During the weekend, I was beading this time a lot, and I turned it black and white because I did not want yet to reveal the color what I was using. So now it's time, I think, and I would love to share with you the new version that I have beaded, and actually also to time it for the celebration that I was mentioning. We have surprises, we have something new, we have some gifts for you. So to get to our second topic today, what are we celebrating? Just recently, I noticed that in the beading school bead shop, we managed to make the 25,000 beady wish come true. So In fact, we took care of the 25,000th beaded order. And when I am thinking about the beginning, then I remember the growing mess in our living room. I remember me doing everything on my own. And now, when I am thinking about beading school, then I am thinking about the beautiful community that we have here, all of you parts of it. I am thinking about my super nice colleagues, about all the designers, about all our partners. We work together, and also that the beading school treasury is now occupying the top floor of a building in the town where I grew up instead of the bigger part of our living room. And oh, thank you so much for your kind words. Like, this is a very, very, very emotional time realizing this, and I would like to thank you for being here with us through all these years, all the adventures, and making this possible. So, to start naming the gifts and surprises and new things that we have for you, I would like to show you the colors, because in cooperation, I know that one of your absolute favorite things to play with are the big cabochons, the 27mm ones, like the one used in the Dreaming pendant. And for quite some time, we didn't have many of those. Or if we got new ones, then we had the same colors over and over again. And today I can very proudly and happily show you some custom coated 27mm glass cabochons. Sarah is also crying. I have to look at the jewels, because I will totally cry. So let me put on my hand camera. So this is it. Still not finished. And the 27mm cabochon is called Glittery Pink. And under a transparent surface, there is a rose-colored glitter applied to the back of the cabochon. So I hope you like it. This is the first surprise that we are bringing to you. I have some other colors too, and I would like to show them to you. I will show pictures and the hand camera consecutively, so you can see it both ways. So this is how it looks like. This is the sapphire, the glittery sapphire, with a rose-colored glitter playing inside the stone. Then I have, of course, there needs to be like a kind of a turquoise one. Sue is asking in the meanwhile, are these from a European company? So these are outside Europe, but before bringing you any cabochons, I have actually ordered from at least like 10 or 15 manufacturers until I selected the best possible quality that I could find. And I'm pretty sure that you actually had already cabochons from this manufacturer. So this is a blue tone with the rose glitter applied. And then I have, this is actually such a beautiful, like, kind of light cyan-ish, orangish with the rose glitter. I'm normally not into orange or red. You might have noticed it. Nicolene was actually asking, and also some other fellow beaders, that why don't we have so many orange? And this is just so beautiful that I'm blown away, and I'm absolutely in love with this. And Faye says my tangerine dream. And Faye, I was totally thinking about you when with this stone when you wrote that comment about your tangerine dream. So this is the third one, sorry, the fourth one, because we also had the pink. And then if you need a neutral tone that we have, then we also have a crystal white color. Here the glitter came out a little bit rosy, a little bit also greenish bluish, so it has a beautiful depth thanks to those colors playing together. Ludka actually says that the tangerine orange one, it's like a volcano. So Gemma, I will activate them in a little while. Yeah, Kata says winter is coming, we need the fire. So I will activate these beautiful stones in a little while. However, I don't want to do that before I would explain everything, because this was just part of the surprise. Since we are very good girls and guys at the Beading School Treasury, then we also decided, of course, to create bundles for you, bundles of the new glittery cabochons, but also restocked older favorite cabochons. So Ocean Bundle, Fire Bundle, and Forest Bundle and Elegant Bundle are also coming from the 27mm cabochons, and also from the 12mm round shapes, because we also managed to restock those. And Veronka is actually designing a very nice new motif with the 12mm cabochons. Besides the bundles, there will also be a nice 13% discount for all the round cabochons. So even if you want only one piece, then it can be yours until next week's coffee time for a super nice price, but it will be even better in a bundle, of course. And the discount, it applies for all the round-shaped cabochons from glass in all the sizes. And in a little while, I will also, when activating the cabochons, I will also hide something else in the bead shop. Since we are celebrating reaching 25,000 orders, then we also hid 25 little, I will be hiding it, I still need to activate them, 25 little gifts for you, and also 3 gift cards, each of them for 25 euros, that you can find in the bead shop. They will be hidden, so you have to click through the bead shop to find them. Please be patient. It happens that during these peak times the bead shop crashes. Be patient a little bit, please, with us. Thank you. And every beader who finds something from these surprises can buy by put into the cart and check out maximum 1 gift and 1 gift card. So if you are that lucky that you find 2 gifts, then please get only 1. Or if you find only 2 gift cards, then please get only 1. So we have 25 gifts, 3 gift cards, and you can have maximum 1 and 1. And there is something more. Actually, everyone who decides to place an order for at least 15 euros from today's coffee time until next week's coffee time will receive one of the little gifts prepared by Timmy and the team. So if you have a checkout sum of at least 15 euros, then you will receive the little gift and also Zuzi's newest CAS tutorial as a gift. We will send the tutorials next Wednesday. So these are the surprises. New cabochons, discount for the round glass cabochons, gift cards hidden, gifts hidden, and gifts with every every order for 15 euro. We have a gift for every bidder, one gift for every bidder. So even if you place one order every day, some of our bidders do that, we have one gift per bidder, not per order. And I think that was all that I wanted to share now. And I will now put on like a waiting screen. I will activate the gifts and the cabochons, and afterwards I will come back and answer all your questions that you still have. So please give me a little time. Please don't start clicking until I'm done, because I will not be able to do it actually if you crash the website. So please be patient. I will be back in a little while. Dear ladies, I would like to ask you, please close the website in your browser. Otherwise, I will not be able to activate the gifts for you. Or the cabochons. They are not there yet. I need you to cooperate. Please close the website. It's not the time yet. I can't activate the gifts and I can't activate the cabochons because the website crashed. This is a test of patience. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Nancy said it. Okay, Vania closed it. Lita closed it. I need all of you to close it. You don't need to exit coffee time because it's on Facebook. So it's not connected to the website. It's good. But I need you to close the website. Brit Marie says, I'm on the bus, so not guilty. That's so funny. Okay. Okay, it's okay. So ladies, I think you can start. I will test it one more time. So I can't run the test. Some of you went back. You thought that I won't notice? But I think it's all right. I will test it when I can get back to the website. Okay. Gifts are there. And most of the cabochons are also online. So thank you so much, ladies. I will answer now the questions of my patient friends who were asking some other questions. I would like to thank you for your enthusiasm today and all the time, and wish you happy beading, and can't wait to bead with you on Friday. And in the meanwhile, Gemma, I remember your question that you asked about my t-shirts. Indeed, it is a beading school t-shirt, and we would love to make them available to you guys too. However, we are a bit struggling also with the mugs and also with the t-shirts to find a partner who would make them in a quality that we are happy with, but also with a price point that is acceptable. So we are a bit struggling with that, and I'm voting for more waiting time than bad quality. So I would like to ask for a bit of patience with the mugs and the t-shirts. And Vania had a question of if the Facebook events will be okay. So they will be okay. We have everything on YouTube archived, and I am using a different function of Facebook, not the class function. So So it will be okay. You don't have to worry about coffee time, or no one has to bead alone. And if you Britt-Marie is laughing on the bus. I would want to see you in that situation. So thank you again, ladies. Bead on, bead happy, bring the creative colors. Wishing you happy beading. Bye bye.